An all-new season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Mom Talk has just been blowing up.
Whitney and Jen are on Dancing with the Stars.
Taylor is a bachelorette.
Saying that out loud is crazy. Like, that is huge.
But all the cool opportunities could pull us apart.
It's causing issues in everyone's marriage.
My whole world is falling apart right now. It's chaos.
Watch the Hulu original series, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Yellowstone, Glacier, two of the most beautiful places in America and two of the hardest campsites to book on the planet. Yellowstone opens reservations 6 months out. Glacier's most popular campgrounds sell out in under a minute once opened up. Brutal. Here's a secret. Even fully booked campgrounds are often only half full. People cancel, life happens. Slots open back up quietly, and if you're not watching, someone else grabs them. So start watching. Campsite alert tools do it for you 24/7. CampFlare.com scans national parks, state parks, and national forests and texts you the second something opens. Camp Scanner does the same thing for recreation.gov. So set the alert, forget about it. Show up and enjoy the view. Again, those two tools, Camp Flare and Camp Scanner. Get my newsletter at getkim.com. Next up, a call from my weekend show, The Kim Komando Show. Enjoy! You've heard me talk a lot about consumer cellular, and there's a good reason. You can switch carriers, save money every month, and still get the same reliable coverage. Here's why I made the switch. Consumer cellular uses the same towers as the big carriers, so you're not sacrificing quality to pay less. And when you call consumer cellular, you just don't get pushed to a robot or told to use an app. You speak with a real person, someone knowledgeable right here in the U.S. No bots, no scripts, no hassle. The best part, you don't pay extra to speak to a human being, like some big carriers are doing now. So whether you make the switch online, over the phone, or in one of their stores, you'll always work with a real person. Make the switch today and get $25 off at consumercellular.com/Kim. And if you're over 50, get one line of unlimited talk, text, and data for only $35. Plus, get an additional $5 off for the first 5 months. That's consumercellular.com/Kim. consumercellular.com/Kim. God cracks them up all the time. Hi, Maureen. She's still laughing. I can hear you laughing, Maureen.
Oh, hello, Kim and Andrew. First I have to say I'm a cybersecurity practitioner myself, so I really appreciate what both of you do to your listening community to try to keep everybody as safe and sound as you can.
Oh, yeah, it's tough, though. I'll tell you. It is tough.
I do most of the heavy lifting, but we appreciate it. I mean.
Yeah, well, I always say, it's like they're my kids. My kids, like, there's no cost of continuing to ask. So, for the cyber criminals, there's no cost for them to continue to probe.
That's true. So, what's happening with you?
So my challenge today, I have always been, very obviously as a cyber person, very concerned about, privacy. And as soon as Google started taking pictures of people's houses, I figured out, okay, how do you blur people's houses? How do you make it secure? And Kim, I remember you'd had a comment maybe a couple of weeks ago about, Nancy and the fact how easy it was to find her house.
Oh, Nancy Guthrie,
yes. And I thought, you know what, time to recheck every once in a while. Because, when I changed it from Google, it was actually when you called them, there was a 1-800 number and said, hey, Google, please blur my house. So I'm dating myself probably a little bit. So I went on to the real estate sites and, okay, house blurred. And then Realtor.com said, but here's an option called Fly Around. So, it's like, okay, I'm going to click on Fly Around. And, and it's got so many commands. Do you want to zoom in? Do you want to zoom out? We start at the top of the house, but, you can go back and do kind of the ground level. You can see every window. You can see, everything.
Wait, whoa. So this is not a Google photo. They probably bought this from another service?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's you're keyed on kind of one of the questions. So I looked at it and I said, and you can play, and the play will show the drone coverage. And
is this inside and out of the house or just the outside?
This is just the outside. There was nothing that I saw that was any close up into windows. And depending on, because, then I'm like, oh, well, let me see if I could, find out more data. How close could I get in? How well developed could I get? But I thought, well, there should be some privacy associated with being able to, have this type of information. Part of it especially was the option that they had, you can able to tilt up and tilt down. So it looks like the drone is maybe just about roof level. I'm not a drone expert, but
I don't know if that may be just a satellite image.
Yeah, it's hard to know, but you can get it so that when you're looking at it, you are looking at like flat ground, looking at the house.
So you can see like the side of the house, as if you're standing.
As if you were standing in my backyard and you wanted to see what my house looked like, and you wanted to see what my shrubs looked like, and you could see.
Is it 3D?
And I've got it is 3D.
Okay, all right.
So it's pretty good. So I thought, well, let me do some research, figure out what to do. So I poked around and found the Realtor.com quality control, and sent them a very nicely worded email that said, hello, quality control. You've got this fly around, and you can see that my house is blurred, and my house is not up for sale. Please get rid of it. And please tell me where you obtained this drone video footage from so that I can contact them and also see what kind of, privacy. Michigan, unfortunately, doesn't have as strong of privacy laws as some of the other states. It's still pretty much a patchwork. But I says, well, we'll start with that. So I sent the note, and they sent a note back, and it took less than a week. They said, okay, we have removed that from your house, which is nice. Went back in, checked it, was happy about that. But I still have some company that's got the drone footage, or multiple companies, and really trying to determine, since they bought that, do I have some privacy rights? Can I stop them from selling this or displaying it? I don't know where it goes, because it's my personal property, and I was able to obscure the front of my house, so there must be some laws that are protecting me.
I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I just pay mine really a lot of money, too much money to do that.
Well, I know with the First Amendment that what you can see from public,
yes, that's true,
is open to be seen.
And then there's no such thing as air rights.
Correct. And so if it was, and we had the drone caller earlier, but that was different because the drone was following her, tracking her, trying to look into the house while she was showering. But if your house is seen from public, it's your responsibility to make the things that you want private.
Yes, but also you have to figure out, you have to go to the source, because Realtor bought that footage from some company.
And when you asked where did they get the video, did they respond?
They did not. They didn't even address it in the first email. So I sent a follow-up email that said, thank you for doing part A. Now I'm still looking for part B, same quality control, and I have received crickets.
You know what you could do is to look at one of their past quarterly filings or annual reports, and you could ask AI to do this. And because that's where they talk about partnerships, new features, things that they are unveiling on the site, maybe where they got the footage from. And then you also may be able to identify somebody, whoever this company is that sold the footage to Realtor, may have issued a press release that said, we got all this footage, we did a deal with Realtor, and so that's why you need to do a deal with us. So you're not going to find the answer from Realtor directly by going to quality control, customer success, or whatever they want to call it, right? I always love that. It's like, I have a customer success manager. I had one of those the other day. I'm like, oh, come on, really? That you may be able to find it, but you have to go to the source for where that footage is being taken of. Now, there is some thought, and I don't know if this works, but that if you put up a sign, some people, I've read this, that if you put up a sign and say, no drone photography allowed, is that you're putting up a notice that you're trespassing if you do that. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if that'll help you, but I think you have to figure out where that footage actually came from.
Yeah, that's part of it, because part of it is I have 15-foot arborvitaes around my backyard. So I would say that
those are some tall guys standing around like that.
Yes, and you do not want to know how much I have to pay the team that comes every 3 years and trims to keep them strong. They come in a pickup truck, and it's always just very disconcerting when I watch them going, I'm glad you guys have insurance.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I had palm trees, not this house, the last house. Okay. And the palm trees cost me $3,500 a year for these palm trees. Okay. And every time I'd look at this palm tree and I'd pay the team $3,500 to trim the palm trees, you know what I heard? I heard my father saying to me, those are the stupidest trees ever known to mankind.
For $5,000, you can get them ripped out.
Okay. That they provide no fruit, no shade. All they do is attract rats and cockroaches. And I would sit there. And so at the new house, guess how many palm trees we have?
0?
That'd be a big fat 0. No more palm trees for me. Okay. That's just not the way that it is. Hey, want to stay in the tech know without wasting your time? Join nearly 1 million folks who get my free newsletter, The Current, where you'll see the latest in tech in just 5 minutes every single day. You're just going to love it. It has a 5 out of 5 star rating over on Trustpilot. Sign up right now at getkim.com. That's getkim.com.